What happened?
1 year ago today, gunfire at a Trump campaign rally, an assassination attempt rattling the country right here in Western Pennsylvania. Today, the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee released its final report on the assassination attempt by Thomas Crooks. The report mirrors a preliminary report issued back in September detailing what it calls stunning failures by the Secret Service that allowed Donald Trump to be shot. It highlights communication failures that led to vulnerabilities at the farm show grounds and the lack of communication and coordination between the Secret Service and law enforcement. Chairman Rand Paul called it, quote, a complete breakdown of security at every level. And today at the farm show grounds in Butler, a dedication, a special salute honoring Corey Comparator, who was killed 1 year ago today. Covering Butler County, reporter Felicity Taylor is live with more on how this day is being marked.
Well, Chandy, now here at the Butler Farm Show grounds, it's been exactly 1 year since Corey Comparator was shot and killed while protecting his family during an assassination attempt on President Donald Trump. Today, family and friends gathering here at the Farm Show grounds for a memorial service.
Many of the first responders in my community did know Corey, and that was true for first responders across the region. His reputation preceded him in a really big way.
Corey's wife Helen dedicating this statue to the grounds. It features Comparator's Buffalo Township Fire Chief jacket and helmet. It was made by the same sculptor that recently just did a bust of President Trump standing up after being shot with his fist in the air. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 is told the event also included time for people to share their favorite stories and memories of Corey Comparator. Now, as the community and country looks back on the past year without Corey, and in wake of that assassination attempt on a former president and presidential candidate, we spoke to Representative Mike Kelly, who was there 1 year ago and here today. He also led the task force on the assassination attempt. He says he has one big question remaining.
So if you weren't able to secure the site, if you had a suspicious person on the grounds and you couldn't find him, why did you let President Trump come out, go on that platform, and be up where everybody could see him? It was truly providential that the president turned his head at the exact same moment as Mr. Crooks took a shot at him, because if he doesn't turn his head, it's an altogether different outcome. Now, tragically, we lost Corey Comparator.
Now, coming up tonight at 11, you'll hear more from Kelly about what is next for the task force, and he says the questions and answers that the American people deserve to hear. Covering Butler County in Butler, I'm Felicity Taylor, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
And one of the most powerful images from that day was this photograph of the now President Trump, surrounded by Secret Service, face bloodied, raising his fist toward the crowd. It was taken by Associated Press photographer Evan Vucci.
Over my left shoulder, I heard a series of pops, and I knew right away what it was. I knew right away by the rhythm of it, it was gunfire. And from that moment on, I knew that this was going to become the most important thing I've ever covered in my career.
Vucci says he wasn't even supposed to go to Butler, but his editor thought Trump may be making an announcement about a potential running mate, so he booked a flight to Pittsburgh. A painting of the picture now hangs in the White House's foyer on the state floor near the staircase to the presidential residence.